Hey everybody, welcome back to Nico Brothers. Check out this 2019 Ford F-150 that we got for half the price. So basically we go through insurance auctions and we usually get salvage vehicles. You might have seen some of our walk around videos, but this one we bought sight unseen. We were just going through the internet and it was playing and we just had to have it. I mean, that lift kit, bright red, got the wheels on it. We got this half the price in which they go for retail, so we're like, it should be a good deal. Obviously there's a lot of damage going on, a lot of hidden things that we don't know what's gonna happen, but we want to get this thing back in the road and OEM restored. All right guys, so we got this thing right here as it sits. Final bid was $10,000, which I mentioned before is half the price how much they go for now. So hopefully there's still enough meat in the bone to make some money and get a good deal. We could tell right away that there's, you know, fender, headlights, some other stuff going on, maybe some suspension damage because it got hit right there. It looks bad, but is it bad? I don't know. Let's pop the hood and see what's underneath. Oh yeah, beautiful V8 5.0. Unfortunately, it's a two-wheel drive truck. If it was a 4x4, ooh, that'd be the perfect package. But still, you got plenty of power. You don't have the EcoBoost, less stuff to go wrong, just nice raw horsepower, which is awesome. Looking on this side over here, hopefully I didn't pull the frame too much. It might have got tweaked a little bit, but airbox is still fine. The plastic is still good, so obviously it didn't get in there too much. It would have broke all that right away. We won't know exactly the extent of the damage till we take it apart, but that's not too bad. Well, we've done way worse. I remember when I was like walking into the engine, completely crushed into a pole, so this, not so bad. A little bit of the front end bumper going on as well. Easy. I mean, some of this stuff, it looks scary, but really bolt on, bolt off, you paint it and forget it. Not too bad at all. Nice little daily driver XLT, great truck, four door. Hopefully there's no issues in the back. I mean, who knows? We won't know until we put it on a line machine and actually check it out. But as far as I can tell, it's looking pretty good. Nice F-150, America. #1 selling truck in America, Ford F-150. It's great. People always buy and selling trucks, so it's nice. And it's got the bed liner inside it already as well. So that's cool. Definitely helps. Little accessories here and there, little keypad. I've seen this so much, but I don't know anybody that actually uses that. You know what I mean? Is it really practical? Like, I don't even, does your key, like you lock it and then if you have your key, you just open it, or? I don't know if that's the thing anymore, honestly. Wow, interior is pretty nice. It's cloth, nothing crazy, but I don't see airbags deployed, which is nice. I think it would have. Honestly, that impact sensor is right there, but this is looking pretty good. Nice. Do the little seatbelt test. Most of them do lock up, but some of them they don't and they're still blown, so we have to actually scan it. The airbag light is on. It's probably the seatbelts are still deployed, but they're not deployed. Usually there's an airbag inside that blows up and it locks in place, but this time not so bad. All right, it's looking good, looking good. I don't know, at this state, would you pay $10,000 for it, the way it is? Let's start it, see what it sounds like. Okay, here we go. It's not a push start, but that's okay. Completely dead. No beeping, no lights in the dash whatsoever. Let's put a jump box on it, see if we get it started. Only got 2 volts in that battery, but it's got some power, that's good. It's not, you know, completely dead. Nice. Jump box is a little dead, but hey, we got it. Oh yeah. Navigation. Does have a check engine light, but no airbag light, so that's good. Traction control light is on. Beautiful. No, I'm pretty happy so far. Nice. Sounds good. Let's get it inside and check the alignment. This thing is definitely huge and we barely got it on our alignment machine. I'm riding the edge over there. I can't see the passenger side, so I was hoping that side would be good, but we got it straightened out and on there pretty good. All right guys, so I drove in here really nice, which is a great plus because most of our vehicles we have to forklift into the alignment machine, so that's awesome that this thing runs and drives. It did feel a little weird shifting into reverse. Probably should check the transmission fluid, maybe the drive shaft, I don't know, but it was a little jerky for sure. Maybe just because it's raised up so much, that lift kit on there. But now we could basically just check the alignment and start the tear down for the build up. So hood's got damage, fender, all this stuff. Bumper's gonna have to come off and get this thing going. Man, this thing is so wide. I'm barely on that side, I'm already sticking out on this side. Man, definitely a big boy truck. Cool, nice. We'll get this thing going. I'm back on the road in no time.
All right, here we have it. We're removing the hood. There's 2 bolts on the left side and 2 bolts on that other side. And just like that, the hood is removed. And this hood we're gonna fix, so let's put it to the side. Also, then we're going to remove the bumper. On the bumper, it's got 3 bolts on each end and 1 little clip, and you got to remove it. But since it's wrecked, we got to use a pry bar to bend out the metal so we get to it. Alright, we are unhooking the harness from the bumper. 1 little clip unhooks and this whole bumper is ready to be taken off. And this bumper, we're not going to throw it away just yet. We're going to use all the brackets off of it, so we can put it to the side. The next thing is this upper lip. Pretty easy. It unclips and 2 little bolts. Sometimes this foam can be a pain, so you just gotta take your time. And that fender, it was a big struggle. Alright, let's take the grille off. The grille also has a couple little clips on top and a little wire harness for the shutter, a little bolt on the side, no big deal. Let's get that off and see if there's any damage underneath. Alright, so just like that, we tore apart this front end. We got the grille off, the headlight that was busted, the fender, the bumper. So looking like the frame is looking pretty good. We got the frame brackets for the bumper. They can be adjusted very easily with a hammer and a pry bar. So that's pretty easy. That's looking really good. The upper radiator support looks like it got no damage. The shutter looks like we got to replace it, but we got that thing. Alright, so there we have it. We got the hood bondoed up, ready primered, ready to paint. Can't paint that, but might as well do a blend on the door. So we got the door sanded down. We're gonna put some paint right there, and we got the fender. So we're gonna get some gray sealer because of the red, but let's go ahead and get this thing knocked out and keep working. So we wiped down the panels, we tack clothed everything, waxed and greased. Let's mix up the primer or the sealer because we want this color to match, and red definitely needs a nice gray base on this. So we're gonna put 2 coats of the sealer onto the fender we're not going to put on the door because we're not going to need it for the blend. Let's go ahead and put the paint on the fender. We're going to do first coat is very light to make sure we're not going to have any kind of reaction. The coverage is going on nice and good and easy. Alright, so there we have it. Got a blend on the door, it's looking really good, and we got the fender painted. Let's go ahead and take these parts off, or get this truck out of here, and then we're gonna paint the other parts, the bumper, the moldings, the lips, and get this truck going. Alright, so the truck is out, we got the other parts inside, we got the lip, the hood. I had a little bit of damage right here and right there, all blocked away from the primer. We got the front bumper. We gotta put on sealer first, some gray sealer on those black parts, that part, and the rest shall be pretty good. So let's go ahead and mix up some sealer and get this thing going. Okay, let's go ahead and spray the sealer onto the hood. And now we're ready to start putting the paint on. So we got the bumper ends that we got to put the paint on. We are going a little bit heavier because the sealer is not going to let it react. The sealer didn't react the first time, so we're good there. About 4 to 5 coats we're going to put on this to get that nice color. And now we have about 2 coats of clear on the hood and the bumper ends, and it's looking good.
All right, guys, time for the final assembly. Most of the parts are painted. Hopefully all the parts are painted. And we have to put this puzzle piece together and see what's going on. So that's gonna go on there. Then we've got some more brackets in there, headlight, little filler pieces. Luckily this side's kind of together so you kind of get the idea what's going on. But man, it looks so rough without the hood and the fender and the front grille and everything like that. We definitely have some work to do ahead of us. These things are all crooked, so we're gonna have to either beat those straight or see what happens, because that's not gonna mount properly. There's still a lot of adjustment up and down, side to side there, so you know, once we get it close, it should be nice, but we definitely have some work to do there. And then just to go around and see what else is broken, because I'm pretty sure this is off the old fender. Unbolt that, straighten it, need to put it where it needs to belong. Beat the brackets a little straighter here and there, make sure everything mounts up nicely. Lots of work to do ahead of us, but this is kind of the fun part, I would say. As long as all the parts are here, things go smoothly. It shouldn't take too long. But obviously, check out this 3-piece bumper. That's gonna be interesting. So I gotta find that piece over there, find the bolts, hardware for all that, put all that together. But one thing at a time. We'll see, maybe we'll focus on getting the headlight in, the fender on, those parts all figured out, get that front bumper brackets situated. Like I said before, make sure all the pieces that need to go on the fender first, the emblem, the little side piece over there. And then we'll see what we have for the old pieces to kind of reference to understand what goes where. So obviously we could reuse that guy. There's the old headlight, we have a new one. Here's the old bumper, just to see what's what kind of thing. So we know that bottom valance piece. A lot of little pieces for sure. It's gonna be an adventure, But we'll get it done, we'll get it knocked out, no time. So I really hope all the parts are here, because usually you start and you run into a roadblock kind of thing, missing this little bracket or this little piece or something else. It happens a lot. So that might get annoying, but hey, we'll do what we can and, you know, jump over the hurdles as we face them kind of thing and get it knocked out. Oh yeah, no problem, let's do it. Like I mentioned before, getting those little brackets straight and where they're supposed to be. Surprised aluminum bends really easily, so with a little bit of pliers, a little bit of hitting, banging here and there, the bracket goes where it needs to go. So setting this gap over here is kind of be tricky because those little brackets are all messed up, so I'm probably going to be putting it on and off a good bit of times. So I'm going to go ahead and tape up Ivan's beautiful paint job and not scratch the door or the pillar and nothing like that, because coming on and off you sometimes bump and scratch, so definitely have to watch out for that. Hence the tape, a little bit of protection, make it nice, so once I get that finalized, then I could just keep moving forward and plug and play. Hopefully it'll be that easy. This little piece of aluminum is easy to bend for sure, but the trick is to get it straight. So I got my metal rectangle right there as a splint. My jack kept slipping off, but I was getting it and basically getting that straight now, because I checked the other side and that thing's supposed to be just 90 degrees and straight. And luckily this process worked out great, a little better than I thought it would, honestly, and came out perfect. Putting on the fender, you definitely have to be careful. There's a lot of tabs that could scratch the door, scratch other parts, or scratch the fender itself. So you have to basically slip it in between that plastic molding and the door. Putting it on and off a couple times, but making sure it's right. Also fixing those brackets, adjusting them back and forth. A little tedious, but not too bad to get those gaps straight. Looking good. Put that emblem back on there. Had to actually take off the old tape. Put some new 3M double-sided tape on there. Clipped on and looking perfect. Time to move on to the front. It's a good idea to disconnect the battery if you're going to do some more beading or moving some metal parts, because I knew I'd bend those front pieces straight. And just in case I hit an airbag sensor or something like that, we don't want stuff going off. So the power is off completely right now, because that takes some brute force right there to move. Now that I'm done with the big sledgehammer, I could put that away. Most of my brackets are straight and looking good. I could put on the delicate headlight because you don't want to hit that with a hammer. Testing out the bulbs right now to make sure they all work. New headlights usually don't come with any bulbs, so it's nice I had the old one I could take off and see what I need, what kind, and test that out to make sure they're working before I put it all together, and have to take it apart again just to find out my turning signal's not working or something like that. Luckily, I had everything I needed and I didn't need to go to the store. Putting those headlight bulbs in, testing it out, get it lined up. All right, front bumper brackets looking a lot better. That straightened out a lot easier than I thought, honestly. Headlight gaps looking good, fender gaps looking good as well. Not perfect. Might adjust it a little bit here and there, but not too bad at all. Nice. Okay. Time to work on that front bumper. So this is the old bumper right here. I have to basically just go through and see what I could salvage, see what I need to replace. Hopefully I have all the pieces I need, but this is nice because then you have all the bolts and stuff, and you know the pattern of what's going to go on. Unfortunately, my new one's a little different, so I have to figure that as well, but I got new brackets, so that'll help a lot. And then just take it apart and put it back together. Get that bumper on and just move on. Keep going. Put on the centerpiece, my shutter guard, all that fun stuff. All right, getting it done. Next step's pretty simple. Just take off the old, put it on the new, save the good, and throw away the bad. Doing it this way is simple, step by step, because if you just take apart the old bumper, then you'll have no idea where all the pieces are. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. So this way you can kind of see, take it off left side, put it back on the left side of the new one, and just go nice and easy, smoothly. Even if you have to take it off later, that's not a big deal. At least this way you get the general idea where everything goes together, make sure everything lines up. Because the aftermarket bumper, sometimes the holes aren't perfectly straight. Some adjustment needs to be done here and there, which is part of the game sometimes, but luckily this one was going really smooth and things were popping into place. And here we go, guys. Nicely assembled new front bumper with all the brackets and fog lights and valiants and little trim pieces, little rubber seals. It's nice having the old one that we can have all the hardware for it and just put it back together and you know what goes where. So that's awesome. I think we're ready to mount the front bumper, and then we'll put the little trim piece in and just keep going. Even though it's a metal bumper and all the pieces on there, surprisingly not that heavy. And it's nice that it has the access holes right there in the front, so you just kind of put it in. The studs are in the back, kind of line it up and put the nuts on, and it kind of stays there. Moving right along to that front grille, my bumper's still loose right now, leaving it alone to adjust it later, basically to butt it up once I get that front grille all in there. This front grille came in nicely as well. Luckily the truck wasn't hit too hard and everything was kind of where it needs to be, so it just popped into place as well. Moving right along to that upper bumper filler piece, I have to kind of carefully slide it in between the fender liner right there and just slowly move my way around, massaging it into place where it's supposed to go. Could easily scratch things right now, so we have to work carefully, but it's nice where it goes in place. As you can tell, the bumper is still low, but that's okay. That upper bumper piece fit in beautifully. Paint job matched up nicely. Now we could easily just lift it up and zip it where it needs to be. Putting in that fender liner is actually a big deal because it actually holds the wire harness and ABS sensor cable, all that other stuff, and it tucks in nicely. So it's definitely important to put that piece in. And then you can put your little fender flare on as well. It just depends on the sequence and steps. Sometimes it's reversed, but this one came in together really nicely and fell into place as well. Surprisingly, this hood is also very light. It's full aluminum, so I was able to carry it by myself. Put it onto the hinges, let it pop into place, and then just go back, put the nuts on it, adjust it, and also be very careful when you close it for the first time because things are shifted and you could damage the fenders, the hood, and other things. So just nice and easy, and check out those gaps. Definitely awesome when a plan comes together. Passenger side was perfect, driver's side gaps are looking awesome as well. Fender, really but just put it back where it was before, and that new fender's looking fantastic. Alright, time to give it a good bath, but backing out I heard a noise. Too close. Man, it looks like it's just a bottom valance, so I might have to just cut that off at an angle and give a little bit more clearance for when I'm churning. Still missing that little front plastic piece. Ordered it, it's here somewhere, just can't find it at the shop. Not too bad, honestly, compared to all the parts were basically here, so that's not bad. But we do need to get that cut out, so I'll just turn it, trim it, and see if that does the trick, so we get a nice little turning radius. Surprisingly, the angle grinder is still the easiest and cleanest way to cut that plastic. Definitely got to put some safety glasses on because those particles are flying everywhere. But just one about 3 finger length. I thought that should do it. And that gave me plenty of room. Luckily the bumper wasn't hitting because that was definitely close, but looking good. Now I'm just going to give it a good sand, deburr it, make it clean. Look like it was like that from the beginning. Oh yeah, much better. That looks pretty clean. No more rubbing. And this side as well. Perfect. Let's get her washed. Definitely a dirty engine bay right there. But what we do is just basically start it, let it run, and purple power it, wash it. Same thing with the wheels. Gonna get that all cleaned up. It's gonna look great. All right, guys. Driving smooth. I mean, I'm kind of surprised with these big tires. It's still pretty smooth. Look at that, GPS, no lights in the dash, shifting nicely. Beautiful. Let's take one final look and talk about the price breakdown and see how much this thing cost us. All right, guys, and that's a wrap. Here we go. 2019 Ford F-150 V8 XLT is coming out pretty clean. I'm happy with it. So like we said before, the winning bid was $10,000. Put about like $2,500, $3,000 of parts, around 13 something. There you go. Not too many miles. Great little truck, I would say. Nice little fun ride. Looks great. I love the red. And honestly, we're just showing you that it's so possible to get a car or a truck, whatever, and put it back together. This one came together really nicely. It wasn't too hard of a hit. No airbags deployed, nothing like that. Still in the green, profit margin. And if you just want one for yourself, perfect. Why not? There you go. So we're probably going to flip it. That's kind of what we do. But thanks for joining us, guys. Thanks for staying tuned, being part of this adventure, and checking out the progress. Catch you guys next time.